Welcome back, Game Hordlings, to more Star Control 2. It's time to do some trading with the Melnorme. All we need to do is enter into hyperspace and we can call them. With our new little toy. The Burvix Caster. And we'll let them come to us.
I am Trademaster Greenish in command of the Melnorme starship. Inevitably successful in all circumstances. I bid you a formal welcome, Captain. Though we Melnorme have just recently arrived in the region of space, we have long desired to make contact with your species and look forward to an extended, profitable relationship.
We've come in peace, representing the Empire of Ronstock.
Even before our first meeting, we knew of you, Captain. Though your struggle to free Earth shall be long and a difficult challenge, fraught with great danger and mystery, we have great confidence in you and your abilities.
How do you know about us before meeting us?
We gather information from 1,000 secret sources in space and time. Our charge for revealing even one of these sources would be so high that your species would be in debt to us for centuries.
Do you have any information that might be useful to us?
Absolutely. Our primary trade good is information. Why, right here on my display screen I have something which I am certain would be of incalculable value to you. We can discuss the details of this very significant information later when we have established normal trading procedures. At which time we will also discuss the nature of our fees.
Fees? Surely your culture is far beyond such pettiness as money.
You are of course correct. We long ago abandoned currency and now only deal with commodities that have intrinsic value, such as valuable information.
But our cause is just. Isn't altruism the highest pinnacle of morality?
No, it is not. In fact, it is our culture. Giving, with no fair exchange of goods or services, is considered vulgar and inappropriate. Please do not mention the subject again.
What can you tell us about yourselves?
We Melnorme are interstellar purveyors of fine trade goods and valuable information. Our origins and purposes are frankly mysterious, and due to several unavoidable factors, we are unable to discuss ourselves in any great detail.
What are these unavoidable factors?
First and foremost among these factors is our unwillingness to give away information about our history, psychology, and mental powers, our unique physiology, the exact locations of homeworlds, and our potentially ominous long-range plans. However, these important and relevant pieces of information are available for a nominal sum of credits.
Shall we begin trading now?
Let us get down to business. Since this is the first time trading with us, let me explain how our system works. We are interested in purchasing certain items, specifically biological data on alien life forms, and the coordinates of certain strange worlds whose radiant energies defy all scanners, producing a rainbow-like image. In exchange, we have many interesting and valuable commodities, such as fuel compatible with your starship's hyperdrive thrusters, technological specifications allowing you to build new modules for your ship, and protective systems to shield your planet landers from hostile service conditions, as well as many important secrets in which may help you in your travels. To facilitate trade, we shall translate all your sales into interstar credits, with which you may make purchases. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Now, what can we do for you today?
I have some items I'd like to sell.
What would you like to sell, Captain?
Some data on alien life forms.
The 113 units of biological data we downloaded from your ship earn you 226 credits.
Yeah? We'll check this shit out. I got 10 motherfucking Rainbow World locations.
Holy sheepshit, your ship log indicates that you discovered the whereabouts of 10 of the Rainbow Worlds, which so fascinate us. In exchange, we will give you 5,000 credits. Your present balance is 5226.
Now, it's time to make some motherfucking purchases.
What trade items would you like to buy today?
I'm interested in investing in new technology.
Investment? Ah yes, you are so right. These technological breakthroughs don't cost you credit, they earn you credit. Of course, there is the initial charge. But each technological system item is guaranteed to be useful for something important somewhere in the galaxy, at some point in the future. All technologies cost 150 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for building blaster weapons twice as powerful as your ion bolt guns.
I'll take it.
Please remember that these weapons consume energy from your combat batteries faster than your familiar ion bolt guns. You may wish to compensate for this building an additional dynamo module for your flagship. The technology we are now offering specifications for constructing modifications to your planet landers, which will double their speed.
I'll take it.
Yes, speed! An excellent choice for the relentless hunter and craven coward as well. These modifications are simple enough to be put in place immediately. Your landers should be properly equipped in no time. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to add a point defense laser system to your flagship.
I'll take it.
These little babies are great for defense, but because of their limited range, they may not make a good offensive weapon. However, the more you build for your vessel, the more damage each laser strike will do. Now we have improvements to your planet landers, which will make them resistant to hostile alien life forms.
I'll take it.
Our reinforcement procedures on your landers are complete, now provided your crew will stop putting their hands out the windows. They will be much better protected against hostile life forms. Now we are offering blueprints, which show how to increase your lander's cargo space to double its present volume.
I'll take it.
I hope this makes your resource gathering more cost-effective, Captain. Now we're offering blueprints, which add double capacity fuel tanks.
I'll take it.
We hope these improved tanks will make more module slots available on your ship, which you can fill with other, more useful equipment. You have 26 credits left. Now we're including technology for plans for improving the rate of fire on your lander's stun ray bolt beamer gun.
I'll take it.
Don't worry, Captain, we stand behind our work. If something goes wrong, just bring it back to us and we'll fix it pronto. Now we're including technology, modifications to your planet landers which make them resistant to earthquakes.
I'll take it.
With the addition of these safety belts and heavy-duty shock absorbers, your lander's occupants should be much safer when the untimely earthquake strikes. The job is complete, your landers are ready. Now we have technology for auto-tracking modules which improve the aim of all your weapons.
I'll take it.
You are preparing for a mighty battle, eh? Let me give you advice. You should consider using multiple tracking modules, since this will greatly improve your aim. However, never add more than 3 to your ship. Any more would be useless. Also, beware that tracking modules use significant amounts of energy. You'll want to add a dynamos module to your slip to keep your firing rate up to snuff. Now we have technology for improvements to your planet landers which make them resistant to the inclement of planet weather.
I'll take that shit.
A little superconductive spray paint and presto! Your lander can sustain a direct hit from a lightning bolt without crisping the passengers inside. Usually. Since the job is so easy that a nymph could do it, I expect all your landers will be treated in less than an hour. Now we have technology, everything you need to know to disassemble. Modifications to your planet ladders to make them resistant to planetary hotspots.
I'll take that shit too.
With these new ablative plasma heat shields, your crew will be substantially safer on hot worlds. But like all our lander modifications, this protection is not perfect, so remain cautious. Since the changes to your landers are straightforward, your landers should be fitted with the heat shields by the time you return to your ship. Now we are offering plans for building hellbore cannons, a weapon much more destructive than a simple blaster.
Fuck yeah, I want those.
Captain, just a suggestion. Hellbore cannons are energy gulpers, so unless you want to have long delay between shots, I would suggest you add dynamos or even Shiva furnaces to your ship. What are Shiva furnaces, you ask? We'll get to that in just a moment. The technology we now are offering you are the Shiva furnace modules, which we were just discussing. This unit generates energy for your combat batteries twice as fast as your standard dynamos.
I'll take them.
I am certain you will now appreciate this new module, Captain. With it, you should be able to destroy and devastate twice as fast as before. Commander, that is the limit of new technology we can offer you. If I may say so, you have been an excellent customer. Thank you.
Yeah, no shit. I want to buy some fucking information.
As you know, in our mating centuries of star trading, we Melnorme have come to learn much about what happens in our galaxy, both now and in the ancient past. We have also kept records on the diverse alien races in your region of space. We will share this crucial knowledge for a fee of 75 credits per informative fact. No refunds.
I will pay for useful data on alien races. Oh, we can get fucking current events too. Oh, and historical information. Fantastical.
The Zarkfutpik are a friendly co-op of 3 alien species, all native to the same world. They are presently suffering severe collateral damage from the ritual combat between the Urquan and kohr-ah. While this is unfortunate for the Zarkfutpik, they have been forced to abandon many of their worlds. This close proximity to the inter-Urquan war will give them insights into the conflict, which may be of great use to you. In addition, the Zarkfutpik met the Chindesu early on in the war, and are eager to make allies, who can protect them from their enemies. In case you are interested, the Zarkfutpik homeworld is at coordinates 400, 543.7.
We need more information on alien races, bitch.
The Arath are presently attacking the Kunk in the Lakali and Kruger constellations. These beings have slavish devotion to their dark gods Dogar and Kazan, which in the past few years has been used against them by the Unga. If you need to manipulate the Ilrath, we suggest you discover the Unga's technique and duplicate it.
More information on alien races, please.
The Kunk are a mystical offshoot of the Yihat species, who left their bird brothers long ago to found a peaceful enclave in the Krugar and Glycus stars. At the present time, the Kunk are defending themselves against the Ilrath, who have commanded to attack the happy birds by Dogar and Kazan. The Kunk may be unwilling to make a formal alliance with you, but we have confidence that if you explain yourself honestly, they will help your efforts against the Urquan.
More info on alien races.
Creatures presently fighting the Urquan are called the kohr-ah. They are the Urquan subspecies that split off from the main species many thousands of years ago. Their present fight is a ritual reenactment of a major difference of opinion between rival Urquan leaders. After the Urquan overwhelmed their slave masters, the Denieri, the kohr-ah are immune to reason, having long ago lost the ability to see their situation objectively. They live in a self-maintained paradox to ensure their safety and security. The kohr-ah fight an endless battle against all other sentient species.
More information on alien races, please.
I must warn you about some very bad people. Is this worth so many credits, you ask yourself? I assure you, it is. The creatures are called Droog, and they are a callous and evil race. They care nothing but profit and personal gain through unfair mercantile exchanges. Why are you looking at me like that, Captain? It is not appropriate. As I was saying, these wicked creatures will try to sell you commodities at unreasonably low prices. Hoi, they almost give away fool. Do not fall for their tricks. There are hidden costs, secret tariffs. So that you may avoid them, I will tell you that their main trade world is Zeta Persi. Why are you smiling, Captain?
More information on alien races.
The Vervixes race evolved on the planet Arcturus. They lived in a relatively benevolent manner, until the kohr-ah came and destroyed them during the course of 2 or 3 unfortunate days. The Droog were largely responsible for the kohr-ahs of finding the Vervixes. You see, the Vervixes were in a long-distance hyperwave contact with a race simply known as the Gigi. For decades, the Gigi and the Vervixi traded much valuable information until the Gigi came under attack by an invading race who you may know as the kohr-ah. The GG warned the Bervixies that the kohr-ah located races by their hyperwave transmissions and that they already discovered the radiations from Droog. When the Bervixies were kind enough to warn the Droog that a hostile alien race was homing in on their hyperwave radiations, the Droog shut down all their transmitters and erected a powerful hyperwave beacon on the surface of the Bervixie moon. The kohr-ah changed course, attacked the poor Bervixie, and sadly destroyed them all. Your present balance is 2,826 credits. The Thradish are an arrogant, stubborn, and thick-skinned species who reside in Draconis and Apophis star systems. They have little or no respect for anything but force, which they greatly admire. To make the Thradish your friends, you should consider killing most, but not all of them. In addition, they guard some kind of sacred relic at the star system Zeta Draconis. Though we do not know the true nature of this artifact, the Thradish homeworld is at Delta Draconis.
More information on alien races, Alex.
After the war, the Chinjesu and the kohr-ah chose to be slave-shielded on the Chinjesu's homeworld at Procyon. We suspect that they're melding their two species to form some kind of new hybrid race, a race which may well be powerful enough to destroy the Urquan single-handedly. However, by our calculations, this process will take many decades, if not centuries. Should you wish to talk to them, we recommend you invest in a hyperwave broadcasting system, which is powerful enough to penetrate the shield around their world. Incidentally, should you acquire such a device, feel free to use it anywhere in hyperspace, and we will be sure to respond promptly.
More useful data on alien races, please.
The Metcon are using this time while the Urquan have their attention elsewhere to expand their sphere of influence as fast as possible. The Metcon colonize planets by launching tough spore pods from orbit and injecting them under the planet's surface. Months later, after the spores have grown hundreds of thick fibrous tendrils under the planet's crust, the tendrils suddenly thrust up out of the planet and create huge calderas, not incidentally filling the planet's atmosphere with Metcon's preferred gases, clouds of superheated steam and sulfuric acid.
Anything else on the alien races?
Following the end of the war, the Androsynth began experimenting with interdimensional fatigue, a process which is related to your faster-than-light drive, but involves dimensions far more alien than hyperspace. They had just made a major breakthrough when they were suddenly wiped out by a race called the Ors, who apparently seeming out of nowhere. Actually, we don't know what the Ors did with the Androsynth. They're just all gone.
Anything else?
The Areoliolae are mysterious races of IDF beings, IDF meaning interdimensional fatigue, who do not reside in this galaxy or in fact anywhere in the universe. While it is true that the Areolu are rarely seen from the Colombe star group, they do make regular secret visits to your world and have done so for centuries. Ever since Earth was slave-shielded, they have focused their attention on the humans aboard the starbase, many of whom are now members of your crew. Though the Areoliolae always smile, they are never overtly hostile. We believe that they have a secret agenda which somehow involves your planet, Earth. These secret plans may or may not cause grief and woe to you Earthlings.
Anything else?
Just under 20 years ago, the brave and suicidal Shofixti annihilated their species by exploding a precursor device, some kind of bomb, in their interior of the sun. The resulting storm of solar flares cooked the life off Shofixti homeworld and incinerated over 100 Urquan dreadnoughts, which had just entered the system to conquer the Shofixti. In actuality, there are still at least a dozen Shofixti left alive in the galaxy. One or two are at the Delta Gorno guarding and dead hulk of their once beautiful world. Others can be found in Vux space.
More about alien races.
The Cilandro are mostly non-solid sentient race who live in a gas giant at Beta Corvi. We recently sold them a self-replicating exploration probe, which has somehow turned hostile and attacks everything it detects. If such encounters have not angered you, Captain, please do not address your concerns to us. We possess a formal waiver of damages authorized by the Cilandro Speaker, and are in no way responsible for the situation. The cowardly Spathi live at the single planet orbiting Epsilon Gruis. They do not actually live on their world, rather they reside on its solitary moon. The reason? A xenomorphic species which craves the sweet-flavored flesh of the Spathi has been transported to the surface of their planet and makes every attempt to devour the poor Spathi. I am certain that the Spathi would be forever in your debt if you were to eliminate these creatures from the planet, What? You fear the alien creatures will find you a treat also? Fear not. Our data reveals the beasts are not interested in your species. Should you wish to consult with the Spathi Ruling Council, you will need to know the secret Spathi cipher, a password, which is Huffy Muffy Guffy.
We learned all that already. Anything else you have to tell us?
Like you Earthlings, when the war with the Urquan was lost, the Cyrene chose to be slave-shielded. Their new world is at Betelgeuse. The Cyrene starbase is crewed by the starship's commanders and crew, who were decommissioned at the end of the war. Though the Cyrene hate the Urquan with a vengeance, they are unlikely to offer you assistance, unless you reveal to them the truth behind the tragedy of their original homeworld, Syra, which was destroyed by the birth of a Metcon deep child a century ago.
Alright, and that's really the information we were looking for, was the information about the Cyrene. So, after that, a little trick. We are going to get out of buying information and go to buying fuel. And we get it for 1 credit. So we're going to fill all the tanks to maximum capacity.
We look forward to your next visit.
And then once you do that, return to Earth. Now we're buying it for 1 credit from them, but we're selling it for 20 RUs each, which is why at this point we have so many tanks. Helps us process go a little bit faster. And then we're going to sell the shit out of it. Alright, we'll go ahead and save. As you can see, we're making quite a bit of useful RUs. 31,815. Should be able to pull this off a couple more times also. And not only that, but then get a free refill with the rest of our credits. Do 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 do. All right.
Nice to see you again, Captain. Before we go, I have a small announcement. As you may know, in our travels throughout the galaxy, we Melnorme have found many strange, interesting alien artifacts. One of these devices is the Metcon, a kind of trance-time alarm system. In a nutshell, it warns me of future dangers by predicting its own demise, which is most likely linked to my own well-being since I keep it under my pillow. The unit is a small pyramid and, when all is well, white in color. But if we are proceeding along a timeline which will eventually result in the destruction of a Metcon, the unit slowly darkens. Presumably it will be destroyed at the same time as it turns completely black. When we first entered this region of space, the Metcon was white. Now it's light gray. At this present rate of change, something will destroy the Metcon in the early part of the year 2159. In order to avoid unpleasantness, we may be leaving just before this time. So if you have business you wish to conduct with us, I suggest you do so before January 2159, or February at the latest. What can we do for you today?
And once again, we're going to sell all the fuel. I'm going to repeat this process and cut the camera for now, and when I come back, we'll be a little bit richer. We'll see you soon.
He, she, they expressed a great interest, but like all bears array, I'm afraid he, she, they were hesitant to introduce themselves for fear of, well, frightening you. In any event, it is our pleasure to meet with you once again.
Alright, so we're making more purchases. He was saying something new, so I cut the camera back on, but I don't think it was that valuable. And we still have 725 credits. I think we're just going to wipe out all the credits here. So I'm going to do 2 more runs, and then we'll be fully loaded on fuel and have a lot more RU money to spend and upgrade our ship.
Your present balance is 13 credits.
Okay, so we basically successfully spent all our credits with the Melnorme, but they'll be disappearing in a few years anyway, so who gives a shit. And I have a bit over 60,000 RU units. So it's time to upgrade the ship. Now I'm going to sell a bunch of fuel because we're going to reduce the amount of tanks here. As you can see, we've filled up the entire ship with 7 gas tanks, 7 fuel tanks, 3 storage units, 3 crew units, a dynamo, and 2 ion cannon units. So we're going to go ahead and sell all the fuel. Alright, we have no fuel. And now we're going to get rid of all the fuel tank modules. We're also going to get rid of the storage, the dynamos, and it's making us keep one of our crew pods here. So we'll empty the ship out real quick. Exit shipyard, and we're going to temporarily clean out the ship here just so we can relocate everything. The Zockfot Stinger. Alright, so it's time to buy some shit with our 85,882 units. First thing we're gonna do is hook up some weapons. 6,000 for the Hellbore cannons. We're gonna buy 3 of those. We're gonna put 2 dynamo units behind that. You can see the little shields by the landers there. We also have the high efficiency fuel systems for 1,000. We're going to buy 3 of those. I'm going to buy 2 Shiva furnaces. We're also going to get crew pods, landers. We'll just max out our landers there. It looks cool. Fuck it. Let's see. We're also going to want a storage bay. get 3 crew pods. And we'll take 2 tracking systems. And there you go, folks. That's what I call a bad motherfucking ship. See you next video.